All right, this is the 1979 SeaRay 220 OV. OV stands for overnighter. Made in 1979. At that time it was top of the line. It came with the dual axle trailer, and it's a cabin cruiser. If you can see, I'm actually got my hands way up to the top here. So it's a very big boat. Got a very deep hull to it. So anyways, I was just going to give you a little tour of it. SeaRay made about 10,000 of these OB boats. They were very popular, very sturdy. That's why they're still in the water. When we got the boat, this plexiglass or window was out. I didn't have it, so I went in, I cut a new plexiglass and put it in. And then that's of course inside the boat there. You can see Ty inside the cabin. And the cabin, of course, we had to redo and everything like that. So the boat's really dirty right now because we're just finishing up all the maintenance, everything like that. And here's the SeaRay symbol. This is just oxidation that will come off. Dual axle with a easy loader trailer, heavy duty trailer. This boat alone weighs about 5,000 pounds. This boat also, we've renamed it to Sunny Days, and she's got her name up there right on the side of the boat. So her name is Sunny Days, and it's what they call a hardtop. So a super great boat, very sturdy. We just had the hull inspected about 4 weeks ago at Custom Marine. They took the cameras up inside the hull to look at the stringers and everything like that, and found that it was, the guy says it looked almost brand new. The boat only has around 300 hours on it, a little over 300 hours. Same with the engine, and we'll go through that here in just a second. So again, here's the ladder. I ended up putting up a 3-step ladder because the boat sat up so high. Another nice thing with this boat, which was kind of revolutionary back in the late 70s, was what they called trim tabs. And those are what those are. There's one on the other side. And the trim tabs, actually, if your boat is leaning to one side, the boat will automatically trim itself out so the boat always rides straight. Here's the outdrive made by Mercruiser. This is a pre-alpha outdrive. It's the same outdrive that I actually on Holly, so I know it's pretty familiar. It's got a 21-inch prop. We took the old prop off of it because the prop was damaged. I have a brand new galvanized prop that is actually going right there. Nice thing with this, it came with a ski rack or a ski tow rack right here on the back, so you can pull skiers and stuff like that. You can see the other trim tab on the other side of the boat. And another cool thing that came with this boat is a trolling motor mount. So, and these things are about $300 to $400. This is a really heavy duty one. The boat did come with a 2002 Yamaha 6 horsepower 2-stroke. I also have a Suzuki 2.5 outboard that we used for Holly, and then Ty and I rebuilt a Mercury 7.5 long shaft. We got that. So got that. We serviced, put a brand new fish finder, and also we serviced the speedometer tube, which is that right there. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the boat. All right, here she is. We just, interior of the boat's all done. We checked the gas tank. We had to pump out about 30 gallons of gas out of it because the gas was old. And you can see the 2 speakers back there. Right there and right there. And those are brand new Kenwood speakers that we put in. Restained, Ty and I restained basically every piece of wood in here. The nice thing with this boat is it Has beautiful wood trim that goes all the way around the boat. That's at the house right now, but once we get it washed, that will be nice. Dual batteries. It's got 2 coolers. It's got a cooler right here with the drain and a cooler over there. And then this is another area that has nice wood inlay on top of that. Again, that's at the house, and this is where you put your anchors or your anything like that. We have an American flag that will go on the boat. That will sit right there. Like it's all done and handy. Pretty nice. So this is a 350 Chevrolet V8 engine. We did a lot of work on this, repainted it, did all the compression check on it. The compressions were at 140. The exhaust manifolds, which are this and the other side, which is that, we acid treated them, and then we covered them up with anti-corrosion inside it. We also redid the heat risers. There's the other heat risers. The other heat risers off right now because we're getting ready to do some work. New points, new coil, new spark plugs, new spark plug wires, new distributor cap and rotor. This is a Rochester Quadrajet. They're good carburetors. I know they get a lot of crap. They call them Quadrajunk, but as long as they're rebuilt, I went and rebuilt this. We fired it up really nicely. Then it has the spark arrestor flame arrestor on it. We also put a new thermostat in, so it's got a brand new thermostat, brand new alternator by Motorola, and then we serviced the power steering pump. It's got a power steering on this, and then we also checked the water pump, which the water pump was good. Something that I always do on my boats is I remove the mechanical fuel pump, which is behind here, and go with an electric fuel pump. That's an electric fuel pump right there. Here's the water separator filter, and then I always put additional filter on it. So it's all run by an electric fuel pump, which is a lot more reliable, and it doesn't cause a vapor lock or anything like that with the carburetor. This has 2 batteries, one on each side. I did put more courtesy LED lights. This boat's all decked out with LED lights. Went in and completely rewired, updated the wiring and everything to the back of the boat and onto this boat. This weekend I went back and serviced the power steering pump, which is way back, power steering lines, and also the power steering mechanism and rack and pinion back there. Redid that, so that is working good. It flows smoothly. And then never had a battery. It had this weird little switch to switch batteries right there. So I updated it to the marine value right here. So that's the marine switch and everything like that. So that is that. This has 260 horsepower. This and they call it Mercruiser 260. The engine only, like I said, has a little over 300 hours on it. That's like equivalent to 10,000 miles on a car. So the engine was never, it was great shape. There was no leaks in the freeze plugs, no cracks in the block. Again, I did the compression check. It was 135 on each cylinder. It was off by 1 on cylinder number 8 by 1 PSI. So good engine, started right up, a lot of power. So yeah, it will easily pull the boat with power. So again, if you look back here, again, this is a hard top. You can see the hard top back there. Up on the very top, there is actually a fishing pole holders, what they call rocket launchers, that go up there. We have to take it off because the boat sits so high that the 15-foot door that's on my shop here just won't cover it. So, but anyways, so came back. It's got the hard top, which is super nice, and then there's actually an enclosure that comes off this and then mounts down, and that's on the side over here. It needs to be redone. So this can actually be a full enclosed boat. The nice thing with this boat is that's why they call it OV, because it is made to go and sleep overnight on it. We have all the cushions out. We just put the captain's chair back in, Ty and I today. Repainted that, and that's storage down there. And then over here we have all the cushions at my house. We restored that. That goes here, and then there's a nice table that goes right there. The table actually goes down and this turns into a bed too. So again, this boat it sat for 5 years in a person's garage, not garage, but a driveway, and they didn't do anything. So our next biggest step is the cleaning of it and stuff like that. So, anyways, updated the fire extinguishers. They're all good to go. This is the cockpit. This is where majority of the work happened. You can see the blue light. So I changed all these switches out, updated them to marine switches, redid the entire wiring in the back of this, and I'll show you that in a minute. You got your trim switches. This is your throttle, which is standard Merc controller. Works great. I had to change the Hobbs meter on it, so it's got fresh new Hobbs. And then all these gauges here work. I actually have a digital gauge coming in for the water temp. Added some more switches here. Changed out the horn. The horn is a brand new horn, dual horn, which the other one didn't work. And it's nice and loud. And I got that for Christmas. A nice chrome set up there. And then all these, this is my nav lights. These are, so I put 2 spotlights that are on the boat, really super bright spotlights. So if we're at Lake Powell or wherever we're at on the lakes or out in the ocean, it goes out pretty bright, which is cool. Cockpit lights, which is a cool thing. I added those red lights that lights up everything. And then what I did is I added, like I said, some lights back there, some courtesy lights, and then on the steps, which there was up there, I added another courtesy light down on the steps there. So, and then these all light up, these to tell us when they're good. Our bilge pump is working great. Both bilge pumps are working great. Our blower, I fixed that. Now it blows carbon dioxide out. That works really good. And then the cool thing that this thing has is a wiper, and we've got to order a wiper on eBay to even replace it, because they don't make those anymore. And then this is a manual choke right here. So when it's out, it's full choke in. It's choke's open. Out is choke closed. So you have to have that when you start a cold engine, especially. And then we have our water pumps here that run the sink, and another cabin pump. So it has 2 bilge pumps in it. Okay, moving right on. Here's the kitchen. Okay, it's all nice and stained. We stained it. It looks really nice compared to what it is. It's got a refrigerator right down here. We changed the front of the refrigerator. We're getting ready to install that back in. Cups, and this is what's cool. This is a alcohol stove, and I took that home a couple months ago and cleaned out the orifices and everything like that, and it started right up. It burns, so it runs on alcohol, which most boats have, is alcohol burning stoves. And then this is the back of the wiring, and take that, and this is all the wiring. That is all brand new and updated, and all zip tied. I have to zip tie everything, and that comes from my nature of being aviation, and that's what they do in aviation, is they zip tie everything. But yeah, I replaced all the wiring in that. So that's all nice and done. And then what we added to it is a nice radio system by Pyle. It's a marine radio, and that works, nicely. So it has 4 speakers, 2 in the cabin and 2 in the back. And then I got a marine radio. This is a marine radio here. It's on channel 16, which that's the marine channel, or the emergency channel that you monitor, or the Coast Guard monitors. Since we're going to take this out to the ocean, or even on Lake Powell, on the big lakes. They monitor the 16, and this has about a 100-mile range VHF. I bought this from eBay from a guy that replaced it because he was doing a different color to a black radio because he changed all his instruments. He says it worked great. I tested it. It's got a big end. You can probably see the antenna coming through the window there, right there actually, and it goes, that sits up high. But bought it from him from Key West, Florida, and he shipped it from Florida, and so now it's here. So, which is nice to have. And then this radio works really good with the new speakers. We updated the speakers and everything like that. So anyways, and then again, the captain's chair, which is a nice chair. It's adjustable. It goes back. It sits up high so you can stand up. And this thing has a ton of storage, area storage underneath. That's where I keep my tools. There's the water tank right here for the sink. Sink works good, pump works good. I actually got a new pump right there that I'll probably keep as a standby. It was pretty cheap. And then a lot of repainting and everything like that. So then more storage over here, and just lots of storage. So as we go in, so this is the cabin. And the cabin was a mess. I can tell you what it looked like. It looked like it was bad. So I reupholstered myself. Learned on YouTube. Reupholstered all the vinyl material. We tore out all the copy, and then what we actually put in is Ty and I put in a toilet. So she's got a nice little toilet there. You can shut these doors and use the restroom if you have to. And then that thing right there, the president of the College of Western Nevada College, Vince Solis, made that, and it covers up a hole. That's it's another storage hole that you can put stuff in, which is really cool. Like he did that, and it has sunny days, and it says Wadsworth on it. I know you can't see it there. Right there's a big mirror that goes across there. We haven't decided what we're going to do with that. And then that's the anchor locker right up there, but this sleeps actually 3 up here. And then let me come in here real quick. So we went in and changed, redid the wiring, carpeted the floor with a marine carpet, redid the lights, speakers, and then I added these reading lights. Go ahead and turn the reading light on, Ty. So Ty actually helped me do these reading lights. He actually wired them in, and so at night when you're in bed, you can see the other reading light over there. You can light, and then it's got lights underneath here, and then of course this shuts these hatches. Actually, we had to rebuild these hatches. They were in bad shape, so we rebuilt this one, and then we also, there's another hatch. You can't probably see it, but that's the outer hatch right there. So we redid that. All right, so that is the cabin. And then, of course, that's the front of the boat. Here you could actually get up on and fish, and we put new nav lights on. It's got new nav lights, so you can barely see it right there. It's just that little thing there. It's a nav light. Brand new marine horns. And then we're going to take it to Kayla's here and give it a good bath here, hopefully this week. So, but anyways, that is the SeaRay 220 OV 11 lead called Sunny Days. Grandma named it because it was yellow, and it kind of stuck, and everybody liked the name, and we call her Sunny. So, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.